What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to NCAA 14, aka College Football Revamped. Today we're going to be starting an experiment on this game. I don't know how long it'll last, but we're going to be finding out what will happen if we do a dynasty but we can only recruit 5-star players. Here is my recruiting board, and as you can see, every single one of these players is a 5-star. And as you can see, we are down tremendous on a bunch of them, so that most likely means we aren't going to get very many of these, if any at all. So basically that means we're either going to get 5-star players or we're going to get walk-ons, because we cannot recruit any other kind of player. And of course there's a lot of problems with that, especially since we're also using North Dakota State, which I forgot to mention. They are of course a team builder team. I wanted to make it pretty hard to recruit them at first so we can hopefully work our way up and then eventually get more and more 5-stars each year. But yeah, it's going to be pretty rough the first couple years. Hopefully we can at least start winning games to help the recruiting process. But being able to get the 5-star players is not the only problem in this challenge. Another huge problem is there's not a ton of 5-star players. Like, look, there are no 5-star tackles. There is one 5-star guard, and also there are no 5-star centers, so there is literally one offensive lineman that we can recruit. And of course there are no 5-star kickers or punters, so once the kickers and punters we have right now leave, then we're going to have to use walk-ons for the rest of the series. There is, however, a ton of 5-star athletes, so every now and then there should be some that can be offensive linemen, so hopefully we can use those. Sadly, there are not any in this class, but they can fill in the gaps in skill positions such as quarterback, receiver, running back, corner, safety, all that stuff. But as you can see, this is going to be extremely hard to accomplish. Here is our schedule. We are in the Mountain West to start off. This week we have at San Jose State, then Ole Miss, North Carolina, in back-to-back weeks. Then we go back to conference play for UNLV, Fresno State, San Diego State, and Utah State. We go to Wyoming at home against Wisconsin, and finish up with Colorado State, Air Force, and Boise State. We're like a 70 overall team, so I don't expect to get a ton of wins, but I think we can at least win 3 or 4, especially being in the Mountain West. Yeah, this first year is going to be very hard to get 5-star recruits. I would be ecstatic if we could get 3 of them. But of course, the more we win, the better the recruiting becomes, so hopefully in a couple years we can start getting 4 or 5, and then so on and so forth. Now this roster that I got for North Dakota State is a few years old. As you can see, Brock Jensen and Warson Kentz. Obviously Warson Kentz is not a real player, but Brock Jensen was a real quarterback for North Dakota State a few years ago. He's a senior now, a 75 overall with 70 speed. He also has pretty mediocre throwing stats with 80 throw power and 79 throw accuracy. Starting halfback is senior Sam Ojuri. He's a 74 overall. And then backup is John Crockett, who's a 70 overall. He's a junior. Receivers, we have a 5'7" receiver, Ryan Smith. He's got 90 speed though. Zach Vra, Cooper Wallow Jr., Nate Moody, Trevor Gerbart, and Taylor Nelson, who's also a tight end. Tight ends, we have Kevin Valdeland, Taylor Nelson, and Justin Arp. Left tackle Billy Turner is a redshirt senior. He's the only offensive lineman worth mentioning at an 80 overall. He's by far the best. Left end is Kyle Emanuel at a 72 overall. Right end is Cole Jurek. The defensive tackles are Levon Perry and Ryan Drevlo. Left outside linebacker is Carlton Littlejohn, not to be confused with the rapper. Starting middle linebacker is Grant Olson. Right outside linebacker is Travis Beck. Corners are Marcus Williams, CJ Smith, Colton Heagle, Zach Colvin, and Brendan Pierre. Starting free safety is Christian Dudzik. And starting strong safety is AJ Van Voorhis. Starting kicker, who is a junior, so we will get him next year, and then after that we will have to use walk-ons, most likely Adam Keller. And starting punter, who is thankfully a sophomore, is Ben LeCompte. I'll go over a few of the more notable recruits. Obviously they're all 5-stars, so they're all at least in the high 70s. The only quarterback we're recruiting is Roosevelt Jackson. He's the #1 quarterback in the country. He's slower than molasses in the winter, but he has a great arm with 90 throw power and 86 accuracy. If we could somehow get him, this would be a huge get, and he would be the starting quarterback for years to come. The only halfback we are recruiting is Jamal Williams, who is a 79 overall with 87 speed, 82 72 excel, 80 break tackle, 84 juke, 85 elusiveness, and also has decent hands with 68 catching. We are recruiting 2 receivers. One is Terry Clark, who's an 80 overall with 94 speed, 79 catching, and an astounding 89 route running. The other is Alex Baker, who has 87 speed, 85 catching, and 86 route running. We're recruiting 1 tight end. This is Shane Snyder, who has a nice 78 speed, which is pretty solid for a tight end. Very good 80 catching, 72 route running, and also very good blocking for a tight end with 72 pass block, 75 run, and 79 impact. The one offensive lineman we're allowed to recruit is Tony Walker, but he is a beast. If we could get him, he would beef up the O-line very much. 85 pass block, 85 run block, 80 impact blocking, 85 strength. He is a beast. 2 defensive ends, 80 overall Anthony Berg with 87 power moves and 87 finesse, 85 block shedding. Cedric Murphy is actually almost a bust. He's by far the lowest overall I think we have. He has only 73 power moves and 76 finesse moves with 72 block shedding. The lone defensive tackle is Pat Irvin with 81 power moves, 78 finesse, 73 block shed, and 81 strength. 2 middle linebackers in Jake Shaw, who has 87 speed, 75 tackle, 87 hit power, and Marcus Washington, who has 84 speed, 76 tackle, and 82 hit power. The only DB we are allowed to put on the board is Jay Jones, 79 overall free safety with 94 speed, 96 excel, 81 tackle, 78 hit power, 71 man coverage, and 74 zone coverage. And as you can see here, we have a whole bunch of athletes because there are a ton of 5-star athletes. The most intriguing one here by far is Ryan Kenny, who looks like he can do a bunch of things, but he is one of the best quarterback prospects I've ever seen. He has 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 90 throw power, and 77 throw accuracy. Obviously the accuracy isn't amazing, but the other stats are incredible. He also looks like he'd be a fantastic corner with 87 man coverage and 79 zone coverage. Okay, that is going to wrap up the first episode of this experiment. In the next one, we'll play San Jose State. I don't know if I'm going to play every game on the schedule this year, because of course it's more about the recruiting part. Let me know in the comments if you want me to play every game, or if you want me to play like every other game, or just 3 or 4 every year, so we can get to the recruiting part a lot faster. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and give the channel a sub. We are 4 away from 250 as I'm recording this video. Make sure to please sub to the channel. It will mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.